Greetings. Hope everybody's doing good. We're looking at 13th of March 2019. We're in the People's Republic of Portland, Oregon, and what I call the Green Bunker, live from the Green Bunker. And if you don't know by now, this is my favorite all-time color, turquoise variations. All-time, hands down. Aquamarine.
And then blue and green are also your favorite.
Blue, green, aquamarine. There you go. But in the blank canvas, there is something something very refreshing and pure, like fresh snow. When the snow dumps 8 inches, 10 inches on the ground, and everything's all fresh. No footprints yet. The blank canvas. It's the magic of the blank canvas. Not even a pencil mark. No brush stroke. Nothing. It is nothingness. The being of nothingness. And I bring that up because there's something a lot deeper and more powerful there that I can't put into words in some cheesy 5-minute video. Right? It's a journey. And people that have been there understand the artist way. And the blank canvas is, to me, it's symbolic of where we need to be to step forward and create new work, a new project, a new task, whatever it is. It starts with a blank sheet of paper, white sheet of paper, or a white sheet of canvas. And I like to just set up blank canvases and sometimes look at them for an hour or a day or two. I'll just set up blank canvases and just look at them, cutting them up in my mind with lines, color combinations, directions, still life, figurative, political, marine, color schemes, just staring at the blank canvas, the clean slate. And it's really important to be in that frame where you're ready to at least stare at the canvas. There's a thing called an artist block. And that applies to all artists, writers. And that's who Julia Cameron was really addressing. She's a writer. And she wrote The Artist's Way. The Artist's Way, a path to higher creativity. And she addresses in that book an artist block. And she refers to what it's called morning pages, where as soon as you get up, write down your dreams, write down your thoughts, write down everything. At bed, in bed, right when you wake up. No excuses. Even it can be just a couple sentences. Morning pages. Julia Cameron, The Artist's Way, and a path to higher creativity. And this is really, it's important. It's important because if we, as artists, and I believe everyone is an artist of one kind, and if someone is not creating, they are a blocked artist, whether they're conscious of it or not. Now those are a couple different dynamics, and we could debate or discuss them. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not playing one here on this video. But I am an artist, and I understand the artist's mind, and I understand the psychology of the artist's mind. The right side of the brain is really our whole brain, left and right. But let me digress on that. The blocked artist, and we are all blocked, whether it's the writer, actor, theatrics, performing arts, dancers, all of it, painters, photographers. We are all creators. Some just blocked, and we're not currently creating. And this creates a lot of personal conflict and turmoil for people, artists, if they're not creating. And these blocks, in fact, indeed, take artists' lives. I've had a number of friends die, blocked, or in a blockage. It gets complicated, but there's different scenarios there. People self-medicate. There's all kinds of different dynamics that happen being blocked, and it's life-threatening. So the blank canvas is life-saving. See? So this is what we have to start with. And if you're a painter or a visual artist, start with just doing something. Primer. The act of painting white primer. Paint white. It's actually very therapeutic. Don't knock it until you've done that. Primer. Painting pure white. Or painting white over something that you have there, you know. Been broke most of my life as an artist, you know. The artist way is a low budget, vagabond way. That's the way we roll. It's like a surfer, only with a few paints. And the dynamic of having I lost my stream of thought there real quick. Let me go back to the whole concept of the artist way with Julia Cameron. She wants people to address the blockage that they're having with morning pages to help identify and become conscious that you're not creating, whatever it is, writing, painting. And that's a part of the self-healing, self-care process. And everyone needs to do it. This is what it's about. If you're not writing, go write. If you're not taking pictures and you're a photographer or aspiring photographer, you could be amateur, it doesn't matter. That's your art. Pick up your camera and go take pictures. Do it. Whatever it is, go do it. You got to do it. Just start and nurture that concept of creating, because that is how we self-heal. That's how we help others, is when we are in that frame of mind of healing healers. So you know, that's pretty powerful right there. And I'm going to start by priming up these. This is a two-piece here, and it's one of my favorite colors, and so I'm just going to start putting on some of this paint here. And I don't have to be right like that, but you know, and this whole motion, this base, the base coat, you know, you don't even have to do any painting. In fact, you've got to wait a few minutes while you're primering or while you're putting this base coat. This isn't technically a primer. This is the Caribe turquoise, ocean water turquoise. But it doesn't matter. That base coat needs to dry before you do anything. You know, whether you want to etch, pencil, or whatever. You know, and I've always thought like people primer with using black as a primer and then building on the black primer rather than the white primer. It's awesome. But you can use any color. Darker colors as your base coat is really, it's a nice way to think about going. But you know, this exercise, this simple exercise, base coat, primary, is much deeper than you think. This is the drip of the faucet, the rusty handle on the sink. It's just a tiny bit loosened up, and it's a drip, drip, drip. The artist, the creative flow, drip, drip out of that faucet. That's a drip you want, not the drip you're worried and pissed off about that it won't stop dripping. You want the creative flow. You want that faucet to open up. You know, WD-40 on that rusty handle, for real, and get it to turn. And that's how this happens. That's how you blast through that. It's the same thing like for writers with the writer's block of doing a what do they call those little bubble word association? You know, drafting up a shitty first draft, they call it, you know. But there's actually a couple of basic things there, like the word bubbles or whatever the hell they call those things, that you know, the basic of a blocked artist or blocked writer. You're going into just like writing words down by themselves that you feel or think could be put together in a sentence, right? That's what this is. This is for the painter. You're just starting right there, and it has to be done in my book. I mean, you don't have to, but you should. Whatever color you want to do, you've got to. See, you don't want to have the amateur thing with painting is you have like the canvas, white canvases showing up in the piece that you never get to put a first one coat of a color on. So you'll have these little pieces, you know, that are showing up. You don't want that. Well, maybe you do. There's a way to make that work for you, possibly, but it doesn't look good to me. It's like not painting the sides. If you're going to put these, you got to paint the side of the canvas. You know, that's just a basic professional painter. You paint the side. You don't leave that blank. So if you're going to put it up without a frame or just having it someplace and you don't have paint on that edge, paint the edge. But it's that same kind of basic, you know. So these I'm going to have them side by side, and then I'm going to have them working in opposites, but working in conjunction. And I'm going to have some straight lines, sharp lines, black lines, a little red, turquoise, kind of green, you know. But I want a two-piece. It's a two-piece, two-panel. But I'm going to start with doing with the basic underlay. You know, it's a part of it called an underlay or a first coat. So you know, you just want to get it on there, and you know, I think it was earlier today I was painting. I've been down here painting, and with my daughter Raquel's been doing her projects, and I've been here working, trying to knock out a couple of these pieces, finish them up. Finishing up is always the hardest thing to do because you always come in with another layer. But one of the visuals that came to me, you know, about that hesitation of people hesitant, like they're partial paralysis. They're paused, stuck. You know, you hear people say, "I feel stuck." To me, the visual that came on was a swimming pool on that diving board. And you're out there standing on that diving board, and either out of fear you don't want to jump, or you think it's too cold, or you changed your mind, or the hesitation of that person that's not really comfortable with the diving board. They're standing on that diving board over the pool, just staring into the pool. They're just staring into, just gazing into it. Either out of fear, anxiety, hesitation, they're stalled out. They can't jump off that diving board. The metaphor in the visual is it's time to jump the spring of the diving board and off. Release into the swimming pool of creativity, the subconscious, untapped. You can get into some pretty heavy stuff with quantum string theory and physics, parallel creations. That's the direction of a piece. Painting can go 10 different directions, 10 different parallel directions for one piece, with one color, one underlay, one direction. That's a whole nother thing. So, but I just kind of wanted to share that, share the metaphor of the diving board on a swimming pool, and not diving off, not wanting to dive off, and that paralysis, and the need. Is this still rolling? And the need for it, for the need for you, as the blocked artist, to jump off that springboard, jump into that pool, and create or write, whatever it is. Writing is creating. Whatever it is that your creative outlet is, tap into it. That is how we self-heal. And there's different things that we can help do. There's medicinal things that we can do. There's sweats, wigwam sweats, which I used to do regularly. And we do art around that. Sometimes we do some boomers, you know, some cubensis, and we'll do a sweat, wigwam, 4 directions, 4 rounds, and then create and paint. Vision quest. So that's all organic, folks. There's no big pharma. No big pharma at all. That is all organic. Wigwam. Vision Quest. So getting out into the woods can be some pretty powerful medicine. Anyway, creating. Just wanted to share that with you. I hope everything's going good for you. If not, there is hope. And you have the power. You are the doctor that you've been looking to heal yourself. We are the ones we've been looking for. Peace out. Portland.
Bye.
From the green bunker, the purple kitty. Cheers. Happy creating.